Alright guys, this video is going to be a response to IntheRopesShow. Matt from the IntheRopesShow, my good friend, one of my people that I talk to on a regular basis, post-Raw Rundown teammate. Sometimes he comes on the Team Hill podcast. You know, my boy Matt from IntheRopesShow. Yeah, that's right, my boy. I know all you people out there watch post-Raw Rundown and you see us debate, so you guys think we hate each other or something. And it's like, you motherfuckers never seen a debate or debated people in your lives. Like, honestly, Matt and I, we have no beef. I do not know why people think we have beef just because we debate about professional wrestling. Like, if you guys were actually in the Hangouts, like, after the Hangouts end, we joke around about our debate and stuff like that. Like, we take it seriously, but we joke around at the end. Like, come on, Connor, you should have just let us kept on going. You should have just said, fuck all the rest of the shit on Raw. Just let Matt and I take over and stuff like that. Let's just have some fun. Let's just do debates. I've debated with Matt so many times and stuff like that. And one of the cool things about Matt was, like, after I first time debated him, because this happens a lot with me, and I get it. I can be a douchebag. I ain't gonna fucking deny that. I can be a total douche sometimes. One thing was, when after I debated Matt the first time that I ever did like a hangout or something with him, he was all like, hey Chase, that was a really good debate. And I was like, I was stunned. I was sitting there like, wait, what? Someone's not like butthurt or pissed off or saying that you're a dick and stuff. I was like, this guy is actually normal. He actually can debate wrestling. So I have no problem debating with Matt or Steven or Connor because those guys don't get fucking mad if I debate with them. They don't get all butthurt. They don't block me on Twitter. They don't unsubscribe to me because I debated them in wrestling. No, it's just a fucking debate. Just because people argue on here does not mean there's beef or anything like that. Look, here's the thing. If I have beef with you about something when it comes to professional wrestling, that's absolutely ridiculous. Here, I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, Chase, don't you have beef with Alucard and stuff like that? And here's the thing. My beef with Alucard is not how he thinks about professional wrestling. My beef with Alucard is that he ducked me for one debate, and then he invited me to a 2-on-1 debate where he basically sent his friend after me, and pretty much his friend didn't do shit to me. Like, that's my beef with Alucard. The fact that this guy right here ducked me, said that he was all good to go for one debate, then all of a sudden he invited me to a 2-on-1 tag team debate, handicap debate, where he didn't really say anything whatsoever, and then we actually have a 1-on-1 debate, and he pretty much just didn't answer any of my questions. That's my beef with Alucard. Alright, it's nothing about wrestling. I could care less what he thinks about wrestling. He made his point pretty much invalid when he said that he doesn't care if TNA goes out of business. Like, why are you defending them moving to a warehouse if you don't care to go out of business? See, that's different beef. That's a different type of beef. I have no beef with Matt from IntheRopesShow whatsoever. He's a good friend of mine. I can talk wrestling with him. I talk to him on a regular basis. So, stop. I get it. You guys in the YWC, sometimes you live in the wrestling world. You think that us people in the YWC, we're like kind of pseudo wrestlers and we feud and we have beefs and everything like that. You love the drama because wrestling fans, they grow up with the drama that is professional wrestling, so they love drama in real life. You love the drama, but there's no beef between Matt and I. It's just, I want to give a video response to his video. He made a video, the problem with Roman Reigns. And one of the things that I always say to Matt is that I feel like a Roman Reigns heel turn won't work out whatsoever. Because I feel like a heel turn for Roman Reigns is just going to be way worse than his current face run. And I think a lot of people don't understand when I say that. They sit there and go, no, it's going to work, Chase. It's going to make him over and everything like that. And I say, not in the right way. And here's why. I will say that right here to respond to Matt. I can understand. When in doubt, heal him out. I've suggested that many times on my channel. When in doubt with the character, heal him out. But with Roman Reigns, and especially where Roman Reigns is categorized in the WWE hierarchy, being a guy who's going to be a top guy for the company, when in doubt, heal him out won't work for him. When in doubt, heal him out won't draw any money for them. When in doubt, heal him out will just hurt Roman Reigns and honestly will make him feel less significant. Why do I say that? Everyone says, oh no, Chase, it will work. He has the smugness. He has the voice that will make him like a heel. He's a bigger guy, so fans already don't like him, blah, blah, blah. It will work, Chase. It will get him over. And I sit there and I say to myself, okay, so did Seth Rollins' heel turn get him over? Yeah, Chase got him over. I mean, he became champion. No, in the right way. Where fans booing Seth Rollins. Well, when he's facing Ambrose, but other than that, exactly. Other than facing Ambrose, let's go Rollins. Let's go Rollins. Let's go Rollins. How is that an effective heel for the company? How did that help Seth Rollins whatsoever? Matt made a point in this video. Reigns was like force fed, and I spit out stuff that was force fed to me. Well, if you can spit out Roman Reigns, I can spit out Seth Rollins. And I like Seth Rollins. Don't get me wrong. Dude's gifted as fuck in the ring. Fun to watch and everything like that. But how the fuck is this guy a heel in today's WWE? How did Seth Rollins' heel run help him out? The only thing that helped out Seth Rollins in his heel run was that he got legitimized as not being the black sheep of the Shield, like everyone predicted him to be. Like everyone thought Seth Rollins would be the last guy to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Everyone thought Seth Rollins would probably never win the WWE title. Let's be real here. When the Shield first debuted, everyone had Ambrose or Reigns, number 1 or number 2, to winning that dang title, and Seth Rollins being the black sheep of the Shield. But he ended up not being the black sheep. So that was the only thing that his heel run did for him, was just have it where he's no longer the black sheep. It's just like, oh, he got the title. Cool. Yeah, he got the title, but I felt like I'm not the only fan who was disinterested in this title reign. A lot of fans who are not the hardcore wrestling fan base felt disinterested. They stopped watching. They stopped giving a fuck. I remember a lot of people when Seth Rollins got injured, they said his injury was a blessing in disguise because they were saying that his title reign was going on way too long, it was way too repetitive, and it was way too boring. Even the diehard of Seth Rollins fans, they post on Lords of Pain and all these other wrestling websites saying how much they miss the dude. But B100 here, y'all were even saying, man, his reign's feeling bad. So if they can't book Seth Rollins, who they want to be a heel correctly, what makes you think that they're going to do the same thing with Roman Reigns? What makes you think that they're going to all of a sudden, turn Reigns heel and everything's going to be pixies and rainbows, that, oh, the problem solved, Reigns is a heel, hallelujah. Yeah, it'll work for a quick second, but then afterwards, it'll go up like a lot of babyface to heel turns in the WWE, and it'll go down bad. Why do I say that? Let's look at other people who went from babyface to becoming a heel, and either WWE ripped them so badly that they became babyfaces anyways, or they were just heels that were getting a major push, and then all of a sudden they fell off the face of the earth, and fans had to feel sorry for them. Look at CM Punk. Did CM Punk's heel turn during his longest championship title reign help him out any? No, it didn't help him out whatsoever. Look at Daniel Bryan when he turned heel. When he first won the World Heavyweight Championship, he was becoming more entertaining, but it was just like, this is not the guy that I want to boo. Why would I boo Daniel Bryan? Why would I sit here to myself and say, you know what? Let me boo Daniel Bryan. No, the guy was funny. One point, yeah, I was digging what Daniel Bryan was doing. He was all like, yes. He was all freaking hiding behind AJ Lee. Funny shit. Everything like that. Hilarious. It just didn't work when he became a babyface because I was like, no, the yes chant's supposed to be cocky. Why is it being cheered? And that's what drove me insane with Daniel Bryan's nonsense. But that's another video for another time. I look at Ryback and how pretty much when they turned him heel, afterwards, when that heel turn failed and they pretty much had to dig him back from the grave, when Ryback was getting initially pushed again, it didn't feel like a monster or a big guy getting pushed. It felt like it was some underdog story. It felt like I was having to force myself to feel sorry for Ryback because the WWE did such a poor job during his heel reign that I was sitting there saying to myself, you know what? I feel bad for Ryback. And to me personally, as a wrestling fan, and especially someone that is a smaller person, I'm not a big guy. I'm a small dude. I look up to these bigger guys. If you don't look up to some of the bigger athletes in the world, then I don't know. For me, at least, I look up to some of these big guys and stuff like that. And when it comes to Ryback, it was just like, instead of looking up to him, thinking that this guy's a beast and a monster, I was feeling apathetic towards him. I was feeling bad for him. I was making him feel like an underdog. When you look at Ryback, does anything scream about this guy underdog? Does anything about the Ryback scream, oh, this guy, he's an underdog? No. That's why Ryback didn't get over after he returned as a face. Yeah, fans cared a little bit because they felt bad for him, but then afterwards it went back to the same crap that he was doing, and everyone's all like, been there, done that. I don't really feel bad for him anymore. Because the feeling bad for someone, it only works if you just put them in the main event scene right away and you make them feel like a bigger deal so fans can keep getting behind him. They didn't do that with Ryback. They put him on Team Cena. They didn't make him the final guy to pin Seth Rollins like they should have. They had him eliminated early in that Team Cena versus Team Authority match, and then he went on to feud against Concessions Kane. Like, how did that help Ryback any when he returned? Look at Sheamus when he was a heel. Multiple times Sheamus. Not just regular Sheamus, but multiple times Sheamus. Like, Sheamus is our world champion, right? And the Nexus are attacking. And this goofball's running to John Cena, asking for John Cena's help, saying, Cena, take him out. I can't do a Sheamus impression. Fella! He was asking for Cena's help. And then when he turns into a babyface, he's like, I like to fight. How the fuck am I supposed to believe that when months ago you were running away from the Nexus and you were asking babyface number 1 John Cena to save your life? You see what I'm saying here, Matt, when it comes down to why I don't want Roman Reigns to turn heel? Why, yes, I get what you're saying. He's having his die Rocky die moment. I don't compare him really to The Rock. I compare it more to Kurt Angle and Bret Hart, where they were fan favorites at one point. And then the fans start to resent them a little bit because times were changing, things were changing, blah, 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 and they start to boo them. With Bret Hart, it was more of like times were changing. Kurt Angle, they were just resenting how goofy this guy was for being an Olympic gold medalist. And with Roman Reigns, it's more of a less that fans don't like the way he's presented on television and the way that he's forced down our throats. Yes, Roman Reigns is forced down our throats, but I always make the argument, who isn't nowadays in today's WWE? Rollins was jammed down my fucking throat. So how come Roman Reigns isn't forced? How come Roman Reigns only gets the forced down our throat treatment when Seth Rollins was jammed down my throat to be believed as a WWE World Champion? So really, to be honest here, my biggest fear is if they turn Roman Reigns heel, it's going to be worse than what we currently see. And I know you're going to say no, it won't be, Chase. It will be great. But I just named you some guys currently in the PG era who have suffered from being heels in the current WWE. This ain't 1997. This ain't when The Rock turned heel. This ain't freaking 2000 with Kurt Angle. This is 2016. You really believe WWE is going to somehow, some way, get this guy over as a heel to make you care? To make it feel like he is a badass. To make him feel like he is just some guy who hates independent wrestlers. He's a dick and he hates the fans. Yeah, he can say all that stuff. But what are they going to make him do? Be like Sheamus was? Remember Sheamus? He was running away from Dolph Ziggler. Do I really want to sit there and see Roman Reigns' freaking ass run away from all these ham and eggers? No. I don't want to see Roman Reigns being all like, 1 week he gives like a smug look to Sami Zayn, shrugs him off like a jobber, and then the next week Sami Zayn comes out like, he's running to the ring, and Roman Reigns is like, grabbing the title, looking on, and Sami Zayn's giving his best like, angry look face, and Roman Reigns is scared of Sami Zayn. Does that make any sense for a guy like Roman Reigns to be afraid of, no. And then everyone's going to say, well, what if they team him up with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, form the Roman Empire and everything like that. So you're telling me the Samoan badass, Roman Reigns, needs help from other bigger guys. When this guy can, in the past, has been able to show that he can win wars almost by himself. When I saw him be able to handle Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31 and at WrestleMania 32 beat the Cerebral Assassin, the King of Kings, the game, Triple H, that all of a sudden he needs Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows to help him out against guys like, and no offense, I like some of these guys that I'm going to be naming, but seriously, would you think this is believable that he needs these 2 bigger guys to help him fight off against AJ Styles? AJ Styles is so damn good. Roman Reigns Roman Reigns is a big guy, but he needs two other bigger guys to be AJ Styles. Like, you're just making Roman Reigns look like a bigger pussy. You're not making Roman Reigns into a heel if they do this whole Roman Empire shit. I hope they don't do it. It would be funny. It would be a good swerve. But at the end of the day, it won't do anything for him. To me, I just feel like if you make Roman Reigns into this heel, he is going to end up like all these other heels. I don't think they're going to book him like Batista was. Because I feel Batista, he was a much bigger name, and he would be able to get away with a lot more shit. And Batista, he has something that Roman Reigns doesn't have, the ability to at least cut longer promos. I think Batista is criminally underrated on the microphone, especially as a heel. And I feel Batista's charisma has been criminally underrated for years by so many people. Because unlike John Cena's bum ass, Batista could at least keep the fans cheering for him. Hell, Batista was always getting world title shots on SmackDown, and sure, yeah, some of those storylines could be kind of but at least like Edge got booed off Batista. Almost like anyone that was a heel, they got the right response when facing Batista. Batista did his job correctly. So that's why I think Batista sometimes is criminally underrated by the IWC, because when you give Batista a role, he can actually fucking do it. He can actually go out there and do it. And he has a unique charisma. I don't see Roman Reigns being able to pull off Batista-style promos. If this was an E-Fed and I could control Roman Reigns, absolutely. But I just don't see Roman Reigns being out there cutting smarky, funny promos that, you know, even like the die-hard hardcore fans can kind of get behind and laugh at. I just don't see Roman Reigns having that potential to do that as a heel. I think if WWE knew he had that potential, they would have done it a long time ago. But then again, this is not the old WWE. This is the current WWE and how they run things. And the reason why I think his heel turn would be bad for him is because after this, once they fail on this heel turn like they have done with so many other guys, what's going to happen? Fans are actually going to feel apathetic towards Roman Reigns. They're going to feel sorry for Roman Reigns. They're going to be like, you know what? I wasn't really a big fan of Roman Reigns. But I feel bad how WWE used him. And don't say people won't say that, Chase, because I thought no one would say that about Ryback. But I would always remember when I read main event results or I would check the forums of any wrestling website, and I would see people talk about how they felt bad how Ryback has been treated, how they felt like, man, WWE dropped the ball with Ryback. So if Ryback, who was at one point the Roman Reigns where everyone was hating on and everything like that, could get that sympathy from the hardcore fans, I think fans could do the same thing for Roman Reigns. And instead of Roman Reigns being someone that we should be looking up to, being used as an inspiration and everything like that, you make him into, like everyone else, an underdog. A guy that got screwed over by the system, so we feel bad that he got screwed over by the system, so we have to feel sorry for him, and I do not want to feel sorry for Roman Reigns. It's hard enough to feel bad for this dude. I mean, just look at him. He's a Samoan stud muffin. This guy looks like a stud. How the fuck am I going to feel bad for this stud? It's hard. It's hard to really think of reasons why I could feel bad for Roman Reigns. So turning him heel, I feel like would be more of a detriment and more of a hurt for his career than actually you lost my train of thought, but I just feel like it would hurt his career more than actually make it better. I think that's what I was trying to say. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying at that point, but make it better in the long run. That's what I wanted to say. I really do feel like if they really want to fix Roman Reigns, you have what he's doing right now, and you just write it until you can find a way to reinvent him. That is the best course of action. And I know a lot of people are going to say to themselves, oh, God, this is going to be bad for the next 6 months. Look, it could be Cena. Okay, would you rather take Reigns right now or Cena? That's saying. I guess many people would probably take Cena because Cena has been gone for a while and everything like that. But I feel like you have to kind of make Reigns into more of a tweener-esque role, because I feel like that is the only way you could help Roman Reigns in this situation. Because if you try to make him into a full-fledged heel, he will just end up like many other guys who became full-fledged heels, who, instead of looking at these guys as great villains that I'm always going to remember for years to come, they ended up becoming busts, and they ended up becoming guys I felt bad for because WWE messed up their heel runs. That's why I feel like with Roman Reigns, you won't be doing him a justice by turning him heel. You have to try to find a way to make him a tweener. You have to find a way to get a good momentum with him as his current character. Because for me personally, the money in Roman Reigns right now is a Shield reunion. It goes with Reigns, it goes with Ambrose and Rollins. Those three money, when they get back together, that's going to be their money. That's when they're going to see the most success in the company. It doesn't matter how many titles Reigns have, Rollins have, or Dean Ambrose, if he ever gets one, has. It's going to be when they get back together as a Shield. And if you turn Reigns heel now, and then you have other plans, and then all of a sudden you turn him babyface again just for a Shield run, you would make the heel turn feel like a waste of time and a waste of effort, because why'd you guys turn him heel if you were just going to put him with the babyface faction in the Shield? You know what I'm saying? At least with Seth Rollins, they're going to try to keep it consistent with him as a heel character, but most likely Seth Rollins will flip-flop back to babyface and everything like that when it's all said and done with Roman Reigns. But at the end of the day, if you make Roman Reigns heel and then they just kind of go to the Shield reunion, it's just like, well, that was a waste of time. I felt like a waste. It's not like the Shield's going to be heel. Are you kidding me? Like, who's going to boo the Shield when they get back together? you would have to have some voodoo-ass magic, WWE, to boo the Shield. You would have to have the Shield get rid of NXT. That's the only way they could get booed, if somehow they were the reason NXT no longer exists. So, to me personally, a Roman Reigns heel turn is not best for business, as Triple H would say, and I don't think it would help Roman Reigns whatsoever, as it will hurt him in the long run. That's why I don't want him to turn heel. I hope you understand that now, Matt. You don't have to agree with me. I'm fine with you believing that Roman Reigns can actually succeed. I hope WWE could succeed if they turned him heel. But for me, and my money's worth, I'm going to stick with them fucking up on it. Because they fucked up with so many other things. How can I believe in them to make Roman Reigns into a legit heel? So comment down below. Do you guys agree that Roman Reigns turning heel will actually be good? Or do you think, like me, that if he just turns heel, it'll be worse off for his career? Comment that in the comment section down below. I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, well, if he stays how he is now, wouldn't it be worse for his career? No, I actually think that he'll be better off staying how he is now, because, like I said, they can make him into that tweener, and, you know, maybe over time fans start to actually get behind him, especially if he has like a bunch of really, really good matches with a lot of the independent wrestlers during this title reign. I think a lot of fans would actually get behind him and say, you know what, Reigns is not that bad. Kind of like with Cena. Like, yeah, fans still don't really like Cena, but because he was doing the U.S. title open and he was having all these quote-unquote 5-star classics, more fans started to get behind Cena a little bit more during that time. It was like, oh, Cena, he's putting on these great matches with all these mid-card guys. Awesome. So that's why with Reigns, I feel like if you keep your course with him, I think that it can eventually get a little bit better. Not tons better, but a little bit better than him being a heel running away from all these people. So leave your comments down below. What do you guys think? Turning them heel? Yes, because the WWE will right, or you guys like me, you have his doubts if he turns heel. Leave your thoughts down below. Check out the IntheRopesShow's original video that they did for his channel. It's going to be in the comment section down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOller68. I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy your day. Peace.